Virtus in Veritate. Welcome to Fortikast, the official broadcasting arm of Fortibus, part of Northfield's official school publication. Please welcome your hosts, Lucas Lamzon and Javi Encarnacion. Hello, dear
Hello.
mariners and dear viewers, and welcome to the very second episode of Fortikast. And in this episode, we will be talking about math and science. Care to explain why, Javi?
Well, this month of October is dedicated to everything about math and science, with the theme Integrated Approach in Science and Technology for a Sustainable Future, and adapting, engaging, and applying mathematics in the new normal. So, Lucas, I'd like to ask, what do you like about math and science?
What do I like about math and science? Well, for math, I like algebra, honestly, more than geometry, but I am still willing to learn more geometry so I can get better. And what I like about math is how it's fun and how the teachers make it fun and not boring and not so long and all those complex problems and solutions. I like how they make it easy and everyone to understand. For science, I like biology. I like how the way the plants and animals work. And yeah, that's what I like about math and science. So I'd like to pass it back to you, Javi. What do you like about math and science?
Well, personally, I like how science and math are both intertwined. Now that I'm in grade 8, we're now discussing physics and science, which means more math for us. There was this time when Sir Bakaya taught us about isolating variables because some of us were having a bit of a hard time manipulating formulas in science. So that was honestly a pretty cool thing to witness, tweaking the topics in the subject to better understand another.
Now, you, our dear viewers, what do you guys like about math and science? Put your answers in the comments below. And remember, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like, comment, and share our stream. All right, Javi, looks like we are quite settled in. I think it's time to move on to In Focus.
All right. So, for today's episode from the title, we'll be talking about sci-fi. We'll be asking our guests about their experiences in teaching math and science and how it changed their lives and why it is important for students to learn math and science.
So, without further ado, please welcome science teacher Sir Kevin Lu and math teacher Sir Gabriel Bocaya.
Woo!
That's
Good
me.
afternoon. Good afternoon, Sir Bocaya and Sir Lu.
Good
Hey, good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sirs.
people.
So, the first thing I'd like to ask po, how was your week and what can we expect from this month? Uh, we could start with Sir Lu po.
All right. For the people who are not in the know, we are celebrating Science and Math Month, but the month has been extended. So, next week we have quite a lot of things in store, at least from the Science and Math departments. So, they have been announced uh, earlier today. So, should we talk about those? Should we?
We
uh,
can, sir. For a bit, yes.
Well, at least for science, like there will be some construction challenges. So for the people tuned in, no need to bring materials for that one. Everything will be school provided. So for the people who were in my engineering club last school year, those individuals would know a bit about what to expect. But for the people who weren't, well, it's gonna be a fresh surprise. Let's just say that.
All right. Next one, Sir Bokaya.
Well, you know me. Math isn't really as hands-on as science. So what I like to do is a bit of mental exercise. So expect some, those brain teasers I like giving out every so often. Well, now we'll be giving them out in a bit more of an official capacity, like
Oh
with an
no.
actual remuneration.
Oh
Sir,
Sorry,
what
with
are
man.
an
the
actual prize.
prizes?
Sorry.
Sir, are there any prizes in this? Are there any prizes that the students will get? For example, maybe I'm not sure. Early Pamasco probably or something.
I,
For
I don't know,
math,
Lucas.
sir, do we have?
What would you like to receive in exchange for solving a difficult mathematic puzzle?
I would like to get 100 from terms 1 to 3, if that is
Oh,
possible.
Oh
I'd
my
like to
well,
god.
get A+, if that is possible.
sure, sure. Only with the condition that you get an F if you don't solve it.
Oh,
Oh.
A joke, of course.
oh.
I don't know what they have in store, but let's pretend that solving a math puzzle is its own reward. Wink, wink.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay, so I guess we can move on to our questions. Sir Bukaya will start with you. Our first question is, how has math and or science affected you and your life?
Am I allowed to give like a super philosophical? Well, I'm literally a math teacher, so math and science kind of occupy like 90% of my life. But you know, how has math or science affected you or your life? Well, math and science, in a way, affect everyone like all the time. Like your knowledge literally saves you. But how has it affected me in my life? But I can't really think of specifics, and that's the thing. That's just how much science, literally meaning knowledge, affects you. So sorry, I can't think of anything specific. I'm hoping Mr. Liu here has a more creative answer.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Sir Lu, I'll repeat the question. Uh, how has math and or science affected you and your life?
Uh, should we let's give a better answer. Science, fire, hooray! But no, seriously, I grew up. I grew up exposed to a lot of the different fields. Um, Specifically, though, from an early age, I was very much into things of a mechanical nature. Like my first early memories of books are my dad's popular mechanics magazines and books like on the shelf near my bedside. So yeah, and it helped a lot that my dad is a mechanical engineer. He's a mechanic. So I usually my weekends as a young kid were spent like underneath a car covered in grease, getting splashed by coolant and stuff. So yeah, and then in college, not in college, but in high school, I got into electronics. I had a very good teacher back then who taught us how to build basic circuitry. Um, I believe my final project when I was in the third or fourth year of high school was I made a power bank before power banks were cool. It took four AA batteries and it charged my Nokia 3310 from batteries. Yeah, that was fun. On the math side, we are a family like for a lot of Filipino Chinese families, like business is just a fact of life. So I also spent like part of my formative years like sat on an uncle or an aunt's lap at the cashier, counting money, giving change. So like math is very intrinsically tied to like my formation. So I would I'll do a Lucas Lamson and throw it back to the two of you. What is and how does math like what is it for you and how did it or how is it currently shaping your lives?
Javi? you go first, I guess.
Why? Why? I'm just kidding. Well, uh, from the ever since the Sun Valley and QC collab, it's been a bit different because I feel like the personalities with QC and Sun Valley combined, it's very unique na. Basta. Pero I'm getting used to it. Uh, pero the math and science subjects are very fun as of now. As of now. But
As of
pero
Sorry, did
Uh,
you
yeah.
just implicitly imply that they might, maybe were?
No, 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 no.
Com-
Uh, pero I really wish that it stays like this for a while.
for a
Not
while.
forever.
Wouldn't want to get sick of this stuff.
Well,
Lucas,
for
Lucas
me,
is
how
getting
has it affected me in my life? Well, uh, to be fair, when I was in my old school, it definitely made my life a bit harder. Like, I I couldn't think about anything but like, oh no, oh math essay next week. I have to study, ganun. So like, I have to memorize all these formulas. I have to do that, which taught me patience and taught me a lot of things that I should be able to that I will use in life. And math, especially now, is very interesting because the teachers, especially user Bokaya, make it in a way that students find it easy, they find it understandable. They make sure that you make it fun for the whole class because the whole class can relate to you guys. So that's what I enjoy about math and science. It's the people who teach it and how they make it very fun. And that's how it's affected me as a person and as a student.
Does that
Okay,
give him a free
so
pass and get the candy?
Uh, I don't think he ever reached for this stuff actually. No, for Lucas, success is its own reward without any sugar attached,
Mm.
as far as I know.
okay, so we can move on to our second question. The second question is, why is math and science important to the youth? We can start with Sir Lou
Oh, for the youth. Well, this
for the
is
youth.
very much cliche, but we keep hearing that saying that the youth in Filipino, ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. So like math and science, especially in today's world wherein we're discovering more problems that need solving. So math and science, like we said earlier, they're intrinsically tied together. So having a youth, having a population of youth that are scientifically and mathematically inclined is going to gear our nation, and not just the nation but the world, to solve those problems that we're going to be facing in the near future, diba? So we we want a population that thinks. We want a population that that I don't know, is curious, is not afraid to experiment and to find those unique solutions, things that are outside of the box, so to speak. So yeah, it's very important for the youth.
Okay, how about you, Sir Bukaya? Why is math and science important to the youth?
Okay, so moving aside from the, I mean, continuing on from the notion of the youth being the hope of the nation, it is our hope that the youth grow up to become productive members of society. Yes, so eventually they'll enter professions, and let's put aside the professions that obviously make a lot of use of science and mathematics, talking about engineers, mathematicians, statisticians, that sort of thing. Imagine other people. Imagine, say, a chef. Well, a chef would need to know some basic chemistry to know, like, this is too much heat, this is going to burn, or these flavors won't mix. Or how about, say, a portrait artist? It would be really nice if that portrait artist knows some anatomy, otherwise the pictures would look unrealistic, and so on. So, knowledge, science is, like I said before, we're stuck with it. We need it no matter what we're doing. Oh, am I supposed to do a Lucas Lamson or no?
Do
Am I
you want to throw it back to them?
no, no. Do you want to throw it back to them?
Um, I mean, it's your call,
No,
sir.
I'll Lucas slams on the Lucas slams on to you, Mr. Lu. I'll throw the throwing back to you and ask if you want to throw it to them. The ball's in your court.
Ande, ganito. Let's change the question up a bit. Math or science, Lucas?
Oh,
Choose.
He's not your science.
master science. What would
Choose
I pick?
wisely, Lucas.
Well, in the end, they're gonna have each other anyway. So when I learn math, I'll have to learn. Well, in math, when I learn it, there will be some science, and when I learn science, there will be some topics where I have to learn math. So it's so I can choose either, and I'll still learn a bit of both. But I'd rather choose, for me,
This will be a perfect time for
science.
your camera to. Oh, I was gonna say it's a perfect time for your camera to malfunction, but no, you had to make a choice. You
All
had to
right.
make a choice in public. Okay, I won't
One
forget
for
this.
science. How about Javi? Science or math?
Oh.
Oh, this.
Well, as I said before, both of them are intertwined, what Lucas said also. So, hmm.
Hmm. Choose wisely.
Okay, if I were to pick science, that would be, as Lucas said, also picking math. Hmm. So,
You and your
well,
boring safe answers. You.
as a, you know, if you do science, there's math. If you do math, it could be for science. So
But you
it's a
could do
bit.
math without the science.
And you could do science
Well,
without them.
Well,
but
yeah,
Uh,
there's
true.
science in math.
You can do
science,
science without the math as well.
science, science gives context to math, and math gives precision and meaning to science.
Mm,
So who
Intertwined, sure.
choose?
But I will not choose because I find interest in both. Although I will go on record and say that the science subjects that don't involve a lot of math, bore me a little, just a
Of
little,
course they do.
just a little.
like
So
learning.
Javi,
Oh, sorry, he
what
hasn't
is
given
it?
an answer yet. Go commit,
Oh,
Javi.
what is it? Well, hmm.
Are you gonna do a Lucas Lamson and say both? Or wait, no, he said science.
Well,
How?
probably
While he's thinking
science.
about
Well,
that,
okay.
Yay!
Well, if you think of it, uh, math is the science of patterns. I don't know. My brain isn't working right now. But I don't know. I would
Me,
choose one, but I will I'm just telling you that if I choose one, it means the other, and if I choose that one, it would mean the other.
but you chose
That makes
science,
sense.
so that's
But I
that's
chose
a win for
science.
me.
Okay, so we can move on to our third question. For our third question is, how can or did you inspire students to learn more about math and or science? Let's start with Sir Bukaya.
do you know how to solve a Rubik's cube, Lucas?
No, sir, but my three other brothers do. I just don't
Oh,
like it.
no wonder you don't like math. Anyway, no.
No, sir, it's not that. It's not that. There are some questions of there are some topics in math that I really don't like, but some that I really do like.
What about you, Javi? Do you know how to solve a cube?
Well, every time people ask me that, I say, "Oh, I know how to do this daisy trick," and then they go like, "Oh, that's the beginner method. I know how to do F2R apostrophe thing." But my baby brother, Marcos, is right here. Uh, he's trying to like speed cube with the daisy method. I don't know if that works, but he
You know,
tries to do it.
Now, I'm no speed cuber, but the important thing is you know how to solve a like a scrambled cube. You can put it back into its orderly state, and you've probably done that many times. But there's nothing quite like the first time you solved the Rubik's cube by yourself, right? Like it'll never feel that way again. After you've solved it once for the first time on your own, that's great. Like it's a sense of accomplishment. So inspiration comes from, I think I like inspiration to come from the students themselves. Success is a pretty good motivator. Like you just need to get a few wins. And math, let's face it, has a nasty reputation as a difficult subject. So there's nothing quite like solving a difficult math problem by yourself for the first time. So what I do is gently make this excruciating subject a little easier to swallow, and then once you get a first taste of success, then the ball gets rolling, hopefully, and more success follows. Oh look, uh,
It's
oh by the
cooking
way,
tata.
as of
Oh my
now,
gosh.
Mr. Lu, you have given two definitions for doing a Lucas Lamzon. Like one of them is throwing the question back, and the other is choosing both choices. Uh,
Oh no.
let's actually count how many definitions we'll have by the end of this episode of what doing a Lucas Lamzon is. Right? We
Sure.
have two
So yeah,
now.
we have two now. All
Okay.
right.
Okay. So, Sir Lou, how can or did you inspire students to learn more about math and or science?
As a teacher, I find that at least for the younger kids, science has always been one of the more interesting topics. It's not difficult to get them, fired up to learn something about science. But as a general rule of thumb, I like working with interest-based topics, like linking the current lesson to something that is very relevant or something that will pique their interest. So old shows like Bill Nye the Science Guy is usually my go-to for the
Oh
younger
no, my
kids. I,
brother
I
keeps
grew
talking
up with
about
Bill Nye
that.
the Science Guy, and it's still relevant today. But for my other students who might be tuned in, back in Sun Valley days, we also had days where I'd run a few episodes of Mythbusters. Anything really to tickle that curiosity. What will happen? And then I'll ask for predictions, whether or not predictions are correct or not. It still gets you the same result. You engage that curiosity. You're engaging that critical thinking. You're activating what's called prior knowledge. They're linking their past experience and what they know already about the world, and use it to predictively, or what's the word I'm looking for? Inductively. So yeah, linking it with something very interesting is a pretty surefire way of inspiring kids to learn more about the sciences. And when you have your hooks dug in deep, then you give them the math. Wink, wink, physics.
Okay, there's I guess who does from Gavin Valares, who doesn't love math? Math is life. Oh,
But there's a
that is
winky
true.
face. There's a winky face. Hmm. Should we
That's
discuss the philosophical implications of the winky face? Or yeah,
uh,
side question, Javi. How did you feel when numbers were suddenly like involved in science?
uh, well, it felt a bit scary and intimidating kasi uh, we were already grade 7. Parang math was already applied to science at grade 7. Pero this year, it's like more intense. Pero grade 7 was already an application of math to science. It was a bit intimidating kasi math was introducing algebra and then the language of algebra. So I'd say it was intimidating, pero for science, we use calculators. Pero
Yeah.
yeah, it's so far I'm starting to get the hang of it.
I had one reaction when I was grade seven and numbers suddenly got into science. Yay!
Oh,
Of
yay.
course.
For me,
Ikaw,
when
Lucas,
numbers
how did
came
you
into
feel when you
science,
saw numbers in science?
I'm like, it's just gonna be math. Like, I already hate. Before I was like, I already hate math. They're gonna add math into science. I guess I better. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna care anymore. Like, whatever numbers, whatever solutions. If there's a quiz on this day, I'll just study all the formulas on that day. Do that. I was just like, truly. I was like, ugh, math in science. Like, ugh, not math, please. Like, because that time I wasn't doing well in math. I didn't care about studying about it. I didn't care about anything about it because it's, for me that time it's math, you know. And then when it got into science, and then you have all these methods that you have to do, like uh, changing this and that. You have to change from Kelvin to degrees, memorize some of the formulas and all that. That's when it got a bit crazy. So, but now it's going all right. But I was just a bit shocked, and I was getting lazy to do the formulas because I was bored already to do it in math. So I was just bored out of my mind.
Also, hi, Papa. Uh, at least you learned something, right, Lucas? Like, if I ask you right now, what's the boiling point of water in Kelvin, you'd totally be able to answer, right? Right?
Wait, what? It's a so wait,
On
Boiling
the
point of
spot
boiling
water.
quiz?
because to because if you want to make it to Kelvin, you have to add 273, and
Oh, he does remember.
the
Nice.
boiling point of water is 100 degrees, so it's
Nice.
373 degrees. That's
Nah.
373 Kelvin.
All right.
Ha ha ha.
Burn it. All right. Whatever method was used last
Ha
year, it
ha.
worked. It worked.
Okay,
I'll,
so
don't think
we
you're off the
can.
hook. There'll be more difficult questions later. Don't be, don't
Oh
be,
no.
don't be-
So uh, for our last question, for our dear viewers, as you know, Sir Bokaya and Sir Lu have a thing for gadgets. They bring all these type of intriguing gadgets to school. So I would like to ask you, Sir Bokaya and Sir Lu, what interesting gadget have you bought over the pandemic that has helped you through online teaching? Let's start with Sir Bokaya.
can we not talk about the gadgets that have been accumulated since the pandemic? Let's pretend I got a nice thing that helps me calculate basic mathematics. Look, this is a nice calculator. See,
Whoa, what's that?
this is an amazing gadget for doing additions, like even large numbers. So let's this is a thing. This computes. It's a computer. As for what other interesting gadgets I have, maybe this pencil, but
Whoa, that's so cool.
You
I
mean
haven't
this
used a
pencil?
pencil. I haven't used a pencil since what? In
oh,
sixth grade.
this pencil is dear to me. It has made life easier on the checking essays front. Mr. Lu can
Oh,
attest to that.
Oh yeah, like the
I
markings
mean,
on mine are already blurred because of how much it's been used. Yeah, so
oh,
this guy right here is he's a bad influence. He
I
shows
take your
me things that are interesting and might be potentially useful and influence me to buy them.
I take your blurred labeled pencil and raise you with a pencil that has been modified.
Oh yeah,
whoa.
totally not my fault.
It isn't. In fact, you're the one who fixed it. So I'm still grateful for that.
But yes, answering that question, a tablet with stylus support, any like whether you're into the Apple or the Android ecosystem, a tablet with stylus support is a godsend for remote learning, especially during the lockdown years, those first 2 years of online learning, because it makes digital stuff more human, if that makes sense. Like when you're working and checking papers online and you're You're treating it as a doc file on Google Docs. Like it doesn't feel like you're checking an actual paper. And yes, stylus indeed. So it for brain for the younger kids especially, where they're learning how to write. I think that part has been not well practiced these past 3 years. So I am really glad to hear that we are going on site more often. But yes, tablet with stylus support.
Yes,
And to
every
demonstrate
time.
its awesomeness,
Yes,
let's
sir.
check one of in public.
Sir, Sir
Actually,
Oh,
let's
Bukaya
hey,
check one
hello,
demonstrating
Fadil.
math.
Oh, Fade's here. Hi, Fade. Uh,
But yeah,
okay, so
don't ask that man to list down his recent purchases because they involve one of these and the newer
Whoa.
one of these and the competitor to one of these.
Oh my
Sir
wait,
gosh.
Bukaya having the
I
setup.
thought you weren't. I thought you weren't going to discuss that.
Well, no, I said we're not gonna ask you, so I'm saying it. That's different.
I
Yes, it's
I might
Kevin
have a
Dominion.
problem. Yes, that okay. So that's done, right? Moving on from the whole gadgets thing.
Oh, Mr.
This is a
Bukaya,
gadget. This is a,
S Pen or Apple Pencil?
Ooh.
uh,
You're gonna be
Apple
stepping
Pencil.
on Apple guy.
Apple Pen, Apple Pencil, great. S Pen, great. But Apple Pencil on screen feels like plastic on glass. That's not an S Pen. This is an S Pen.
Oh,
It doesn't have
fine.
that fancy thing.
Oh, mm.
Whoa. We're flexing all
Apple
our
Pencil,
gadgets.
they're both great. Although Apple Pencil feels like plastic on glass because it is plastic on glass. S Pen feels more, like pencil on paper.
Although that said,
But
the Apple Pencil's hard plastic tip would be a lot more resistant to getting worn out. But hey, tactile feel, yeah.
Apple only gives you one extra tip. S Pen has five.
That they're expecting you to break it.
Come on. Do you really think Apple wants you to buy more of their stuff? Does that sound like Apple? Does it? Does it? Okay,
Oh.
inner peace.
So, anyways, that's the last question. So, what intriguing gadgets you both have, Sir Bokaya, especially with that thing. So cool, so cool.
Oh,
And
the abacus,
the
A
abacus,
the
Bakos.
abacus.
Oh my
the
gosh.
modern style calculator, and Sir Lou with the gadgets and all that. We'd like to thank
Oh, he
you.
has more.
Oh, you have more, sir.
No, he has more.
Gadget count. Apple products are in a different league by Gavin Balares. Any
Oh
comment on
no.
that?
In a different league. How better or worse?
Mm.
No. We're
Oh.
not about to ignite an Apple Android war here.
No, we'll do that in private.
Anyways,
Oh,
thank you, Sir Lou and Sir Bokaya for
I think they're already doing that for us. See that?
yeah a league
Let's just
below Android.
oh
Oh,
no.
potato by potato.
okay.
Congrats by
So
Sir Fietas. Congrats, Sir Bokaya and at si Lou at and Sir Lou.
Oh,
Okay.
he's targeting me specifically. See, it's a
Anyways,
personal pronoun.
thank you, sirs, for attending, for answering our questions, for showing us your very
did you see that?
intriguing class.
Did you see that? Ten
Yeah.
notches better. I like the double meaning. 10 notches better.
Oh,
Yes,
10
Apple
notches.
product have notches. A lot of them.
Ooh, we're gonna start a
Sir, I think
alphabet.
our Shopee carts are getting full, huh?
Anyways, again, thank you for answering our questions. You've both been fun to talk to, and for the viewers out there, from the gadgets that Sir Lou and Sir Mokaya have showed you guys in school or in the episode, what was the most, uh, what's the best out of all of them? Out of
Obviously,
all
this
they've
one,
showed you,
vote
the
abacus,
abacus.
guys. Vote abacus.
We'll probably make a poll later. The abacus or Sir Lou, what's the gadget you want to
Give
show
me a
to
Uh,
list.
everyone?
a pair of scissors.
Oh my gosh, revolutionary.
This is revolutionary. So
Scissors versus abacus.
we'll probably make a poll later, which was the better gadget. Was it the abacus or the scissors? And again, Sir Lou and Sir Bukaya, this is very fun talking to you guys. And thank you for showing us your intriguing gadgets and for answering our questions. Sir Bukaya, this is a reference for you. And we'll see you in class next time. Remember, sir, every video. Okay, and there. Thank you, sirs. And with that, we can move on to 2 cents. Whoa,
Wow.
have you? Those questions made me laugh so
Yeah.
much. I probably haven't laughed that hard in quite a while. Uh,
Yeah.
anyways, Happy. From what Sir Lu and Sir Mukaya, from the answers that they had, what was your key takeaway? And what was
Well,
the gadget that caught your attention?
all right. Well, first of all, we certainly had a lot of takeaways today from this episode. Both Sir Bukai and Sir Lu had a lot of great insights. They really make math and science seem a lot more appealing to us and our fellow mariners watching today. So, the takeaway I really loved was when Sir Lu was talking about his younger days when he used to be idol when he used to be covered in grease under a car. And my favorite part was when he said the he built the power bank before it was uh cool. Uh I don't know. It just impressed me how things like you can keep learning outside of school, I guess. The gadget I really loved was Sir Bukaya's tablet models. Even though it wasn't mentioned here, I saw it yesterday in face to face. Kasi kwento, he walked in kasi we didn't really have an ICT teacher yet. So he was our sub. When he walked in, he had three of his tablet models, S6, S7, S8. So
Whoa.
he he gave us all his Wi-Fi passwords and it was free time for us.
Sir Bukaya, are you sure there's no? Are you sure you? Maybe someone might. Anyways, wow,
Well,
that's very interesting.
now I'd like to pass the ball back to you, Lucas. What was your key takeaway from the answers from our guests? And what was the gadget that caught your attention?
For me, from what Sir Bukaya said, for the third question, wait, no, the second question, if I'm not mistaken, uh, how is math and science important to the youth now? It's that our hope for the next well, the youth is our hope, diba? If the youth doesn't continue what we have now, then there will be no more thing, you know. You get me? Like if the youth don't continue what's happening now, then the world won't progress even more. The uh how do I say this? We need the youth because they're going to give more, as Sir Bokaya said, they're gonna give more knowledge. They're gonna grow up to be good. They're gonna shape our world. And the after that the next generation and the next generation and all that. So the use is very important. And like you and me, Javi, we are both very important in life and in society for sure. Because without us, the world wouldn't be the same. Oh, so cool.
We're world
But
changing.
the world. So, anyways, I like what Sir Bukai said na the youth are really important because they will be the ones to. They're the next one. They're the next ones. They're gonna be the ones who will change and uh, change the world basically. And my favorite gadget was Kevin the Minion. I was joking. Probably. Hmm. I don't know. The abacus look kind of cool. Honestly, I've seen that in quite a lot of movies. I've seen it in quite a lot of things, and I don't really know how it works. I thought that the ones on top would move to the bottom somehow, and then the ones on the bottom would move somehow to the top. I was so confused by that, but anyways, yeah, that's what I like. So I guess we can read some of the. Oh wait, no, Mariners. What's your favorite gadget? What was your favorite gadget that Sir Lou and Sir Bokaya have showed us? From Turtle Pro, scissors are also a cool gadget. I think so too. It has revolutionized games, especially rock, paper, scissors.
Oh my gosh.
And from Potato, wow, we have so many. Who's Potato? Anyways, from Potato, I really like the scissors. Nice. And from Sir U, the best tablet is wax tablet with authentic Roman stylus. Hashtag first century BC things. I think so too.
Mm.
Um, from other people, I know the guy on the right. Oh wait, I know the guy on the right by Inigo Tobias. Who's the guy on the right?
I don't
Apple
know if
Twitter.
our right is the same.
And then pa-shoutout naman kuya. Hello, Paco. Hello, all those JK can't hate yourself. What does that mean? Oh. Anyways, keep your comments coming, guys, and we'll read them later. And some announcements from the school. Yay! Where is it? Here. Mariners, we are in need of help. If you would like to join, we are inviting you to join Fortikast. And if you would like to join this wonderful team of smart, caring, and loving people, please contact either Mr. Christian Yasay or Mr. Kiko Perez for more details. We hope that you join Mariners. This is a very fun thing to do. Even though some of it may be tiring, still, it is fun just to be with all these people and meeting all these guests.
That's right. And for those who are curious, our next Forticast episode will be airing on October 28th, 2022.
Next week.
Reminders for those who are part of the NF basketball team that will represent Northfield in the Vinta Cup. Please be reminded that you have a practice session at October 29th, 2022 in La Vista Basketball Court from 9 to 11 a.m.
And let us pray for the grade 3 students, the grade 3 Mariners, who will receive their first Holy Communion tomorrow at 10 a.m. in Rose Hill. Please pray for them so that they may grow in faith and in character. Next, reminder for all those who are going to Lantaka tomorrow. Lantaka has an activity starting at 12 noon and it will end by 3 p.m. for those who will be going to the movie. It will start with a doctrine class, then we'll have Steps Ahead, which will be given by Sir Ed Piedad, an electrical engineer. And reminder for the Mariners who will be going to the movie premiere tomorrow. Please remember to be in UP Town Center Cinema 3 by before 4 p.m. And Mariners, if you did not get your ticket, then do not worry. It will be given to you on the day itself.
That's right. Last but not the least, for those who are into football or futsal, there will be another free trial by the Northfield Strikers on Thursday, October 27, 2022, from 4 to 6 p.m. This will be held in Decathlon Masinag, Marcos Highway, Antipolo City. Kindly wear a sports tire, futsal shoes, sneakers, or rubber shoes only.
Okay,
All
Javi.
right.
Also, another reminder for the Mariners next week. We don't have a poster for this, but next week on Tuesday, it will be the grade school. Here, Mariners go to the movies Costume Day 2022. Students come to school in costume of their favorite movie character. For grade school, it will happen on October 25, which is a Tuesday. And for high school, October 27, which is a Thursday. Mariners, we can't wait to see all your wonderful costumes. This will be my first ever costume day where I will see you guys there. I hope all of your costumes will be very interesting, and I cannot wait to see the teachers, especially what they're also gonna wear. And Kobe. Whoa. I meant Happy.
Yeah. Also, last time the teachers' costumes were so legendary. All
I
right.
hope
So,
that they continue to be legendary. Same with you students. Let's battle the teachers. Haha, I'm just joking. Let's all have fun on that costume day. And Happy, let's close it.
all right. So, that wraps up our announcements for this episode. Thank you all of our viewers for watching Fortikast. This has been Javier Encarnacion and Lucas Lamzon.
Virtus in Veritate, there is strength in virtue. This has been Forticast online show, sharing good vibes and bringing together the Northfield community. See you in our next episode. Fortuna, Pavel, Virtus.